Ask everyone, and everyone here, I'm telling you up front, so start thinking, everyone here will have anywhere between a minute to 3 minutes to give a little about who you are, what to expect for this school year.
I know both how challenging and rewarding the classroom can be. It's up to you guys to form our next generation. So you have the most important job in our community. Thank you for everything you do, and as far as I can see, you're doing an excellent job. Just outstanding.
My parents moved here from New Jersey in 1977. Some of you have heard this story before. With 4 kids, ages 14 down to 8 in tow. They didn't know Cooper City from a hole in the wall, and they moved to Cooper City 44 years ago because they heard about the wonderful schools here. Here we are 44 years later, and we're still at the top of the list in Broward County, probably in the state of Florida. So I want to thank everybody for that. You're all responsible. Thank you.
Education everywhere in the world is kind of the staple of civilization. And it's even more so here in Cooper City. What we offer in Cooper City is simply education. We don't have commercial, we don't have businesses really. We have a community where people move here, bring their families to go to school to have great education, and that all starts with you guys.
There's an individual here who's on a tight schedule and is missing a board meeting. So, Ms. Lori Rich Levinson, would you please stand?
You are the premier city in terms of working with your schools and what you do in terms of elected officials and how you interact, the volunteers that come into the schools, financial needs over the years that the city has helped with. So I can't thank you enough, Mayor and Commissioners, for what you do for our schools. We truly, truly appreciate it. And thank you for having me today.
So the theme for this year is Dream Big. A new year full of possibilities. All type of possibilities. Because I firmly believe, no matter what the situation is, how difficult life could be, if we don't dream, we're not going to get anywhere. So if you can dream it, you plan it, and eventually you will achieve it. So that is going to be the vision for Griffin Elementary, for the students and the families.
We have 1,183 students right now registered in Embassy Creek. And probably by the start of next week, we'll be up to just a little bit over 1,200. Traffic, of course, is one of those issues that we deal with every year. But with the support of BSO and being there and assisting us, we seem to make it happen. So very appreciative to all of you for making that happen.
Through experience and age comes perspective, and you learn to appreciate. So for me, coming to Cooper City, not knowing too much about it other than the research I did, you appreciate as you have the perspective and the context of the other places that you have lived or that you have led or worked. Along with that comes appreciation. Wow, this family atmosphere. Wow, this outlier, right? In this very transient state that we live in and a transient world that we live in, Cooper City is this outlier. Even when I interview people and they ask me questions, well, what makes Pioneer special? You know, the history, the tradition stands out. It's been talked about by everybody today. I can't take any credit for any of the history or any of the tradition because I wasn't a part of that. Having said that, I consider it a part of my mission and quite frankly a great responsibility. It's incumbent upon me to carry on that tradition.
This year is our 9th year, so our first kindergartners are going to be our first 8th graders to graduate for 9 years at Cooper City. So very excited about that. So our theme is Leaders Move Mountains. They are our little leaders. We've been climbing a mountain since last year, and just like we've been telling the parents, it's a brand new year, everyone's nervous. We've been practicing car line a lot and our traffic. They got scared, so they knew I wasn't going to give them a child yesterday. We had kindergartners start yesterday. But other than that, thankful to be here as always. Like I said, year 9, year 5 with you as a principal, so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you again, especially Captain Joe Giovanni, always reaching out to see how to support. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
If I can, and I'm not going to take too much time, but I do have to circle back to last year and just say how proud we are of the class of 2021. You know, they ended their senior year in a pandemic. Most of them did not come on campus, but again, it is because of that partnership that we have with our families and the community and their determination to persevere. We graduated over 98% of the students last year. So yeah, very proud of that. And in addition to that, 95% of them, 95% of the students from last year are continuing their education in a 4-year, 2-year educational institution. So very proud of them. Incoming 9th graders, 300 of them came to the Cowboy Corral, and we welcomed them on campus, walked them to see what the campus looks like. Our SGA students put together a really nice program to get them acquainted as to what high school is like, and we did the same thing for our incoming 10th graders because we realized that they were not on campus last year at all. So all of that was happening last week. Students are still coming in today. It's the senior day. They're coming to pick up their books, IDs, and getting ready for tomorrow. The faculty and staff at Cooper City High School, as they returned, oh boy, were they excited. You know, we're just happy to be together. We understand it is going to be a challenging year, but we're so ready for our students to come back so that we can take care of them in person and do what we do best at the high school.